new iPhone 14s are out and we have some nice features. We have the new brighter, always on display, the dynamic island, pretty cool, and of course faster internals. But you and I both know I'm here for the cameras. And that is because out of all the cameras that I own, and I own a lot of cameras, trust me, there's no other camera that I use more often than my iPhone. All of this whole video is filmed on the new 14 Pro Max. I miss vlogging. I gotta vlog more again. Casey and I starting to vlog again. Man, if that doesn't make you want to vlog, I don't know what does. Oh, brand new NMO stuff coming real soon. We've been a little bit delayed with shipping, but we're getting there. This hoodie's so nice.
I love it.
You wanna come model for me?
Gosh, I'm your editor. I can't model for you. Let's go.
When it comes to the iPhone, any update to the cameras changes the way I capture my life because I'm using it so often. And this year we have what I think are 4 big updates. We have new sensors, the new focal length, better stabilization, and lastly, the cinematic mode upgrade. We have a brand new 48 megapixel sensor for the wide camera. It's a f1.78 aperture, and the sensor is 65% larger than on the 13 Pro, which that's a pretty big difference, and they're boasting 2 times better low light performance. I think it's safe to say that the iPhones have been leading in photo and especially video quality, and it just got a massive upgrade. Let me know in the comments if you guys are seeing any differences. We've all seen a lot of iPhone footage, so maybe we can tell, maybe we can't tell, maybe we gotta do a comparison, but let me know. We have the 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and they're saying it now has 3 times better low light performance. And for me, that's a really big deal for 2 reasons. A, I felt like the ultra wide has always been kind of one of the weaker cameras. When we have a low light situation, it just gets like grainy, mushy really fast. And it's also the camera that I personally use the most. I just feel like it looks the most similar to my vlogging camera. So it's really easy to just film something for Instagram stories, for example. Literally every time I post stories, well, maybe not literally, but almost every time somebody asks me what camera you're filming your stories on, and it's just my iPhone on the ultra wide camera. So funny enough, this probably for me is the most significant upgrade to the iPhone 14 Pro. Then of course we have the 12 megapixel 3 times telephoto zoom, and that's the one we're kind of used to. That one also has a 2 times better low light performance, but there's only 3 cameras, but we now have 4 focal lengths. Because that main wide camera, the one I'm using right now, is 48 megapixels, they're able to grab a 2 times zoom 12 megapixel telephoto camera out of that, which is really nice because a lot of times the 3x is a little bit too much zoom, so the 2 times zoom feels just right to me, and it looks really high quality because it's coming from that massive sensor. It's looking really good. And we actually get portrait mode in the 2x, so we get the normal wide, 2x and 3x, which is pretty nice for portrait mode, but we don't get it for cinematic mode. It's still just the wide and the 3 times zoom. And we're actually not losing any quality. It's almost like an optical zoom because it's 48 megapixels. They can easily grab 12 megapixels from there. So that's really impressive, very smart by Apple. And then you add on the Pro RAW or ProRes for video, and the quality is getting, every year I'm blown away at the quality that we're getting from just an iPhone. I literally said to Isaac, I can't wait for the day when we're completely replacing our Pro, mirrorless cameras, cinema cameras, and we just use our iPhones or smartphones for everything. At this point, I do have to say I'm a little bit sad that we don't get an updated Mini. I've really enjoyed using the Mini. Rest in peace. But at the same time, it's kind of nice to try something new. I'll probably be rocking the 14 Pro. The Max still feels a little bit too big for me personally. And then stabilization. We now have action mode. So if you need even more stabilization, which I feel like the iPhones have been extraordinary in, even with the ultra wide, with no like sensor shift or anything like that, it's so good.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm good.
Isaac isn't having the best luck on these last couple shoot days. He had his first bail on the one wheel, which we can't show right now. We're not gonna show that. Too gruesome.
Too gruesome.
The wide with the sensor shift. We now have the 2.0 version of that. So good. And then if you need more than that, we have action mode. And this basically is a software stabilization that we're adding on. So it does crop quite aggressively, but it does make it very stable. That was just full on sprinting. And what I didn't think about was that for the 2x telephoto, it's really good. I was running with a 2x zoom telephoto, getting this incredible shot, and without any effort really. Okay, this is actually very impressive. We're testing out the action mode and we're putting it on the 2x, and now we're gonna put it on 3x telephoto. I'm literally running with a telephoto and it was that stable. Now we're going 3x. I'm across the street from him with a 3x telephoto lens. Let's see how it does. So yeah, stabilization was already the best on the iPhones in my opinion. It just got insane. Okay, the 3x was a little jittery, but if you have seen what I'm filming, it's just like, did I even get it? And it was that good. Pretty impressive. I could see that being really cool if you're in like a car with a little bit of bumps or something. Airplane, action mode.
What airplane has really big bumps?
And it does work on all 4 cameras focal lengths. Should we be saying cameras or focal lengths? I don't know. And then lastly, cinematic mode. We got that last year and it was already really good, but it was only in 1080p and 30 frames per second. Now we get 4K and the correct frame rate, 24 frames per second. So I'm actually much more inclined now to use cinematic mode. And some of those shots that I was getting, it's a little scary, especially for the camera companies. They're gonna have to really start stepping up, you know, AI and software to make pro mirrorless cameras and cinema cameras better, because yeah, the smartphones are catching up fast. Cinematic mode, it's not perfect, but it is incredibly good. I'm so surprised at what they've been able to do with just software. They're not even using the LiDAR or anything else to kind of judge distances. They're just using the different focal lengths, the different cameras. It's really smart and it's very, very good. There's times like glasses, for example, or my hat, it doesn't do that well with, but for the majority, like right now, it looks pretty dang good. And it's almost bizarre now when people ask me what camera they should get if they're, you know, wanting to get into photography or wanting to get into video. And the majority of the time now I'm saying you should maybe just get an iPhone, because if you can't get good photos and good video with an iPhone, you're not going to be able to do that with, you know, a Sony a7S III or a Canon R5. It's way harder, way more complicated, costs way more. The iPhone kind of just does it all for you. That's how good these cameras are. That's how good all of these features are, that I'm literally recommending a smartphone as the camera that they should go with. The one thing I wish we would have gotten, and maybe it's not possible yet, is cinematic mode in the ultra wide camera. I feel like the ultra wide is just such a nice focal length for vlogging and capturing, you know, daily life. But getting a little bit of, you know, shallow depth of field would just make it look that extra bit more high quality, make it look like a little bit bigger sensor. So yeah, I'm still looking forward to that. But yeah, that's my quick little review. I've literally only had a day with the iPhone 14 Pro. It is very impressive. I feel like I need to do like an iPhone only vlog and compare it to other cameras and do so much. But I'm pumped because this is the camera that I use the most often. So any upgrade, any update, I will take. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey, great job modeling.
You know what? The reason you hired me at the beginning is honestly, I thought you were gonna just keep asking me to model. I got a little disappointed when I found out it was an actual editing job. But then you asked me today, and I feel like that was a story.